Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Let me tell you, within the past 24 hours, the Disney rumor mill kicked into overdrive. And I'm not just talking about the news that broke today, which is the possibility of a fifth park for Walt Disney World, even though, of course, we're going to talk about that. But I'm referring to multiple reports that surfaced today that have to do with that May announcement for Hollywood Studios' Animation Courtyard, which just never happened, as well as when to expect guest previews of Test Track, the reopening of Hall of Presidents, and potentially a D23 announcement about Figment. So you were watching probably at Disney, and I'm going to break all this down as concisely as I can and then offer some thoughts and analysis, beginning with the next project coming to Walt Disney World, Test Track 3.0. Even though this attraction is still very much a mystery, Disney's new version of Test Track is reopening on July 22nd with cast member previews beginning June 27th, which is later this week. Disney said that additional previews for annual pass holders, DVC members, Golden Oak, and Club 33 members would be announced later. And at the time I'm recording, they haven't announced it yet. But according to the Disney Dish podcast, around July 15th, give or take a day, is the expectation for when annual pass holders will be able to preview this ride, and other preview dates will then follow. I'm honestly expecting this to be announced at any moment. My apologies if it's already confirmed when you're watching this, but if not, and you're an annual pass holder wanting to take advantage of this preview, it may be smart to clear your calendar and maybe reserve a park reservation for around July 15th. The next report has to do with Magic Kingdom's Hall of Presidents, and I will be perfectly honest with you, I don't know what to think about Disney's plans for Liberty Square. I have heard that changes are coming to this land. We've heard reports that Hall of Presidents will be replaced. We've heard the Muppets will have a larger presence in this area. And the latest I'm hearing is that Hall of Presidents is in fact reopening with a wide timeline ranging from July 4th to Christmas of this year. It is possible that more than one report can be true. Disney may have plans for Liberty Square, but also have plans to reopen Hall of Presidents, and they can go with either direction that they want. And maybe Disney all along has intended to reopen Hall of Presidents for a time before closing it in the months and years to come. I still think a duplicate of Walt Disney A Magical Life, that animatronic show coming to Disneyland in July, is likely in the works for Walt Disney World as well. So we're just gonna have to see how this all plays out. But since I've been following this story and sharing it with you, I wanted you to know the latest, which is Hall of Presidents is likely coming back. But we'll see. Now, real quick, let's address the report from today. And that's that Disney could build a fifth theme park and two smaller theme parks. As reported by WDW Magic, the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District released its new 2045 comprehensive plan, which reserves Disney development space for a new major theme park and two minor theme parks that can be added over the next 20 years. While this is not a rumor, I do want to squash any rumors out there, at the moment at least, that this means Disney World greenlit a fifth gate. That is not true for now. This plan was written to support the potential development of a fifth park. It does not mean Disney wants to do that, even though I wouldn't complain if that's the route that they choose. But it's good to know the possibility is out there, and I'm definitely going to be keeping my ear to the ground just in case if anything comes from this, especially in light of reports that Disney World is planning a new resort complex and a Skyliner expansion. Now let's hop over to Hollywood Studios because we are finally hearing about what happened to Disney's Lost Animation Courtyard announcement that we were expecting around the opening of Universal Orlando's Epic Universe in May. Now this report also comes from the Disney Dish podcast Len Testa, that's going to be an ongoing theme in this video by the way, who shared that Disney has seemingly settled on a direction for Animation Courtyard. If true, and Disney has only just now committed. That's likely why this May announcement was delayed. Now, while Len Testa admits he doesn't know what Disney has finally settled on, he did allude to Muppets potentially being part of the equation. So maybe this will give hope to those who want to see the Muppets replace villains unfairly ever after. I would welcome that if and only if the theater is able to live up to the original. But regardless, I think this is good news, this is positive news, and it's great to know that this is finally moving forward. The question now is when Disney will announce it, with, of course, D23 in August being the most obvious contender. Let me know what you think Disney has planned for Animation Courtyard at Hollywood Studios. Do you think Disney would be as bold as to expand the Muppets into this space as well? Or should we expect a new IP altogether? And should we be thinking big, or is this likely to be something small given the construction of the Monsters, Inc. Door Vault coaster and Monstropolis across the park? I'd like to know your thoughts. All right, to wrap things up, I have some hope for you Figment fans. Now, you've probably heard me say rather recently that I'm not expecting Disney to do anything with Journey into Imagination with Figment at Epcot unless they can find a way to connect it with an IP. And that may still be the case. But also, according to Len Testa, there is some chatter that Imagineering has been doing something with Figment and looking into cost and timelines. Now, I may just be jaded, but I would urge Figment fans to be cautiously optimistic about this because we have been on the verge of a Figment redo so many times. And projects fall off the table at Imagineering all the time. But still, this could be something, and maybe Disney is willing to step outside their IP mandate, which I'm all for this one, and finally pull the trigger. It may also be more likely now that Test Track is going to be finished up and reopening, meaning Disney could shift their attention from one side of Epcot to the other. Again, D23 in August has the potential to really deliver for us Disney World fans this year. So there you have it. That's what's been bubbling up through the channels these past few hours. I do again want to emphasize that apart from the Disney World 5th Gate report, these are all rumors and even hearsay, not official news. And please do check out the Disney Dish podcast because I have a lot of confidence in their reports and they have been following some of these stories for years. Also, let me know what you think about Animation Courtyard and Figment. What do you think about a potential 5th gate for Walt Disney World? Do they even need it? And if you enjoyed today's video, I would so appreciate if you would hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel, especially if you love news and analysis from the most magical place on earth and beyond. But regardless, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a magical day.